Here to give us the 411 on dog CPR is Dr. Courtney Campbell. And what is the first thing? First of all, welcome, doctor. What is the first thing that we should know about CPR for animals?
Well, here's a situation that nobody wants to encounter is coming upon your dog or your cat and they are unconscious, okay? And so the first thing you want to check before just launching into CPR is check to make sure that they are not breathing and that they don't have a heartbeat.
How do you do that?
We mentioned earlier to make emergency phone calls, but while those phone calls are happening, go ahead and place a hand on your dog or your cat and feel if the chest is rising or falling.
Is there a certain place we should put our hands?
Right behind the arms, right there. That's where you want to do it. You could also call their name or shake them or anything to awaken your pet. And if you don't sense that there's any movement on the chest, check for a pulse. Here's how you do it. Put your fingers right on the inside of the thigh. Now, folks at home that try this are going to feel the pulse knocking against their fingers. Another good place is right there on top of the paw. So now we've got a situation. No breathing, and we have no pulse.
Okay.
What do we do now?
What do we do now?
Well,
the ABCs.
Okay.
The ABCs.
I say the alphabet?
It's simple. I love it because it's simple to remember in crisis situations. I got to do the ABCs. A stands for airway, B is for breathing, and C is circulation. So we'll demonstrate A on this model right here. What you want to do is just extend the neck, okay, and reach in and pull the tongue out. Perfect, just like that. Now, a lot of people will sweep their fingers on the inside of the throat to clear out any bones or leaves maybe your pet ate or something like that. But don't do it too aggressively because you'll feel a bone back there. That's the Adam's apple. You don't want to sweep that away.
If it's a male dog?
Yeah, everybody's got a little hyoid bone back there.
Even female dogs?
Even female dogs have a hyoid bone. So there, you did A, perfect.
All right.
Now let's do B, breathing. Breathing, what you want to do, it is mouth to snout, okay? But it's almost impossible to get a really airtight seal. So use 2 hands, pull the lips down tight, and give a good strong breath. Here we go. 2 hands.
Oh, you can
see blowing into his nose.
Right into his nose. And if you can see his chest rise, that's beautiful. You know you gave a good breath.
Okay.
C is by far the most important of the 3, and that stands for circulation. Because what good is it if you're giving good breaths, but there's no circulation of blood? So C is the most important, and that stands for circulation, and you're going to do chest compressions like this, okay? Now, there is a difference, though. Small dog versus medium dog versus big dog. Here's how you would do it in a small dog. Technically, this is not a small dog, but if it was, you'd use the one-hand technique. Right behind the arms, one hand, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Or pick your doggy up and put your hands like this and squeeze just like that.
Both sides?
Yeah, both sides. So here you go. Squeeze, squeeze,
How hard
squeeze.
do you do it? How far is your squeeze?
Great question. About 1/3 of their width. So as I'm doing chest compressions, I'm only going 1/3 down. Okay. 1/3. Now, that's for like little dogs like Pekingese or something like that. How about a regular sized dog, let's say a lab or a golden retriever?
Freddie?
How about Freddie? Freddie's a good example. What you want to do is locate the heart, and that's easy. Take the arm, pull it back, right where it touches the chest. That's the heart. That's where you want to focus your attention, right there. One hand here, lock your arms, shoulders above your arms. Now engage your core. 1, just 2, 3, just like that. No arm stuff, just all core. Now people say, Doc, how fast should I do it?
Yeah.
Think of a song like that keeps the cadence, like the Bee Gees, Staying Alive, right?
Sure.
Staying alive, staying alive, right? Perfect song. Staying alive.
It's almost like I can hear it in my head.
There you go. Excellent. And you want to do about 80 to 100 per. You guys are quick learners. So people say, I've got a Great Dane at home or something like that. I can't get to the heart. Well, go to the highest point on the chest, okay, and use the chest and do the same exact thing, but use the chest as your pump. Don't use the heart because they're so big you'll almost never get there. So big, giant breeds, use the chest.
Use the chest.
What are we talking about as far as how many circulation pumps versus breaths?
That's great. I mean, when you're in a panic, you don't know what to remember. So just think 30 to 2. 30 to 2. That's it.
Okay.
And if you've got a friend or a partner, 15 to 1. So 15 compressions to 1 breath, or 30 compressions to 2 breaths, that sort of thing.
But, you know, if you're alone in your apartment and this happens, how do you call the doctor, get the dog to the vet, keep them breathing? How do you do all that?
It's such a great question. The best way to answer that is this. It's so much better to get your dog in a vet hospital to have this done than to try to do heroics at home. So if you have a choice, whether to do CPR on my dog all by myself versus go and make a call, make that call first. Get a friend over to help you do the CPR.
Okay. Now, you know, Freddie's sitting back there, by the way. You're doing so well, Fred.
He's amazing.
But
good boy, Freddie.
I know you want to be familiar with your dog, but practice this or try this? Or
definitely don't do this on a live dog or a live cat. It could really damage the heart and lungs. You just don't want to do CPR on any live animal. Simulate on a stuffed animal or try it in the air. Okay. You don't want the first time you're doing CPR to be the first time you're doing CPR on a live dog. You want to simulate it at home.
But still maybe good to find the pulse so you know where
find the pulse, put your hands on the inside of the thigh, on the inside of the right on top of the paw, and feel that. Yeah.
Big thank you, by the way. I had no idea.
Excellent.
Freddie, you're in better hands now. And he loves the applause. Keep it going. And thank you, by the way, to the American Red Cross, NASCO, Fort Atkinson, and Simulades, Inc. for these wonderful CPR mannequins. And if you want to buy your own Simulades CPR mannequin, go to nasco.com and visit redcross.org for more first aid pet information.